Okay, so I placed my Vuhdo on default to make it fresh. I was messing around with it and somehow or another screwed it up. So hopefully it'll come back as a default setting of Vuhdo. Yeah, it did. Okay, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna move these around. Um, the only thing I'm worried about is this right here. The panels. That's the only thing I'm worried about. A lot of people like the private tanks and the main tanks and everything, the pets, NPCs. I don't really care for it, so I'm just gonna X out of those. And to get rid of the Voodoo watch, the buff watch, what I do is right side click Voodoo and just uncheck show buff watch. Okay, so I want to see what it's going to be like in, where is it at? What it's going to look like in a 10 man. Um, so I want to make sure I have the main tanks, I believe, let's see, main tanks, private tanks, and main assist checked. I'm at the general tab under general right here. Let's see, hide panels, check to entirely hide empty panels. I mean, Voodoo normally doesn't have empty panels, so if you want to hide when you're soloing by yourself, then go ahead and put a check mark there. I like to keep mine up, so I do like to lock my panels when I'm in fight, so that way if I'm trying to heal or anything with it, I don't accidentally scoot it. And I pretty much leave everything as is on this one. We're still under the general tab. I'm just in scanners right now. Pretty much leave the threat incoming. The AoE advice I leave. Miscellaneous. I mean, down here you can type anything you want as long as you put Voodoo in there as the name of the player. So I just leave that and I'll just click enable, leave it, with that going on. You can change it if you want. Okay, for the top one, I leave this on border multi plus aggro. I just prefer that. On the mana bar, I normally put that to mana bars all power. And of course, the little red dot here, I keep on role icons so that way I can see what role my players are here. I just prefer it that way. Um, you could possibly put it on anyone, but I don't care for that. I just like it the way I like it. So You guys can do as you want. My background, the bar background, I make sure I keep it on solid. Let's see, there's another one here somewhere. I think that's pretty much it for this. I'm gonna go ahead and hit cluster. Double make sure I'm not missing anything. Let's see. Thread. I think I had live text turned off and overheal, I believe. And it really doesn't matter. It says incoming overheal and live text value of the bars. I just don't like to see a bunch of the crap. So, okay, I left this as is. Just want to double check. Okay, go down to cluster. I left everything as is. Um, don't really need these. Okay, now go to spells. I think it kept all my stuff here. I think. Nope, it didn't. So I will definitely have to be changing that back to the way that I had it before, but we'll move on. I pretty much know this stuff like the back of my hand, so no problem. These I kind of left the same, I think. Yeah, I didn't do anything to these. Let's see, visual I kept the same. Custom. Did I do anything here? No. Standard. I think everything I left here as well. Now let's go to panels. And I had grouped hide empty. I don't usually have me first. I will do horizontal a lot of times, or you can leave it and just go up and down. It doesn't really matter. I might just leave it up and down, to be honest with you. Um, I like to sort mine by tank, healers, and then DPS. So put that on there. I like the tanks to be first. In the background panel, I usually keep it on black and then go ahead and I like to have a background. Just makes it cooler. And the borders, let's see, the outline. I don't know if I want it a red color or what. Let's see. Yeah, we'll just leave it like a grayish color. Alright, then the sizing, I usually put the gap like on these on nothing. I just want them on zero. This will mess with how you want them to be as far as that goes. mess with these later as well. You can mess with the scale. You can, make them smaller, so that way the scale is a little bit better. Okay, go down to bars. We might as well hit OK right here. You want to save your progress. We'll go back. We'll go to bars. Now, this is where you can just mess with anything. Like you can change your bar color, the way it shows up. Do whatever you like. I'll just leave it there for right now. I usually put the mana bar height on 7. I'll put all these down to 0 or 1. I usually do class color, but you can do solid or gradient. Gradient. I can't even talk. I keep my flash, the damage flash on, and just leave this stuff alone right here. We'll go to headers. And you can do whatever you want here. It doesn't really matter. Headers is where the group is, where it has the group name and everything. I like it as is, so I'm fine with that. Targets. I left this alone right here. Tooltips. I do not like to have tooltips showing to me at all because it pops up this stuff right here and I do not like it, no whatsoever. So if you have a issue when you're clicking on your people that you're healing and there's a little box that pops up, it gets annoying. Just turn that off. Now for text. A lot of people like to have it down here. I just prefer to have it right there. Um, I do like to have the class color in their name. You don't have to, it could just be whatever color you want it to be, but I like the class color. Health and text I leave alone. Let's see. I uncheck the pet owner. I leave this stuff alone here down below. Now to go to HOTS. I like my HOTS to be down at the bottom. So my renewing mist, my enveloping mist, my soothing mist. I think I might have another one on here, but I'm not sure. So I'm just going to leave all that as none. AOA of ice I'm going to leave as empty. Um, don't really need it. Let's see. I don't like the glossary. I want my renewing mist and enveloping mist and stuff like that to show up as an icon. So when I place it on someone, it shows up down below here as an icon. Hot bars, I left. I didn't do anything there. Miscellaneous, I left. Didn't do anything there. Okay, so let's move on to colors. Keep everything here. You can take the debuffs off if you want as far as background color. I've done that before, but I just choose to leave it alone. Mods, I left everything the same. If you go with a solid color instead of class color here, you can go to life color and you can change this to whatever color you want. If you want it to be black, purple, blue, pink, whatever, you can change this to all the buttons being that certain color. Powers I kept. Of course, nothing here. I didn't change any of the colors. Hots I left as well. Hots 2 I left. Classes I left. I didn't put no check marks, nothing. The raid stuff I left. The target stuff, I left, yeah, I left the same. I didn't do any of that stuff. Start at the bottom on tools and panel wizard. Nothing done here. Go to profile. This is where you can save your progress. Save everything that you've already done. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to name it, since my name is Soft Kitty, I'm on a monk, I'm going to just do soft. I'm just going to do Soft Kitty Killing. Or monk killing. I'll just do that. And then you want to hit save. That way it's saved. And you should have everything right here. Other than that, I have nothing else check marked. Let's go to key layouts. Not sure. Let me actually go to test it since I'm right here. I actually should just leave that. I for somehow had it unchecked somewhere else, but I think I'm gonna leave it. We're gonna export. We'll do all. This is where all your characters can actually have the same setup that you have. So I put that on all. I leave it to where it's enabled to share, so your data sharing to be able to receive profile, etc. data form other Vuhdo users, so you can share this. And this is all the same. If there's a issue with your colors or your hots or your miscellaneous crap or whatever, and you don't like what you just did, like I did earlier, I didn't like what I did, and so what I did is I reset everything to new, so that way I could just go over it again like I just did now. This is where you would do that at. And that's pretty much it. Put that on current. Hit OK and see my progress. And like I said, when you come over here to spells, you just in your button, like here's none, and your left clicker, your right clicker, your middle mouse button. I don't have these going on right here. I take them off. I totally erase everything so that way I can start fresh. Go to everything in the controls. I use my controls. I use my shift. I use my alt. Um, so yeah, there's a lot of buttons I use. If you like to do uh, your keys and stuff, key binding, you can do that here. It just has a lot of stuff that you can actually use. Your trinkets, um, just so many things. But I'm not gonna talk, and I'm just gonna try to do my thing with my spells really quickly. Just make sure that you capitalize, you do it the way that your spells are capped and lower, um, the lower class alphabet. I can't even think today. Oh my gosh. To spell it identical to how it is in your book. All right, well, I hope that gave you some idea. I'm going to finish the rest of this and good luck.